So Chris, okay, so now you're a lessor. You've got your lines of credit. You built it up to 10 million. Take us, take us from there. What happened after that?
Well, the whole goal of the company, once we started developing our lines of credit, it was obvious that I felt like I did want to set the company up maybe one day for acquisition. It was way in the back of my head, but it wasn't in the forefront of me. What was in the forefront of me was continuing to develop lines of credit, and we just started growing. And what happened in regards to us being acquired, we got a call from I can't even think of the name of the Bruce Crop Shop. I got a call from Bruce Crop Shop, who I dealt with over the last 30 years as a friendly relationship we had. He called me up and told me that there was a local bank who was interested in acquiring a finance company. Would we be interested? At that moment in life, I told him I would at least want to talk to this bank, but I'm not sure if I'm interested. He said, "Well, I think you're going to be interested." And I asked him, why was that? And he says, "Well, the bank that called me is the bank you've been banking with for 20 years, which was First Midwest Bank." So that made me want to say, yeah, yes, pretty funny. And at that moment in life, I obviously said yes. I wanted to meet with them. I already knew the people who were going to be coming in to meet with me. The comfort feeling of working with a bank, I think I would have been more hesitant if I didn't know the bank. Who are these managers? Who are these people? I knew these people. I've known several of these people for probably almost 20 years.
Okay.
And literally, Bob, they came out and wanted to make an offer the first as soon as they came out. And the reason that happened so fast is they knew everything about us. We had a
Okay.
we had a portfolio that was performing wonderfully. They have a history of lines of credit. We started out with them at I think 2 million, and we ended up obviously first met us at 10 million of lines of credit. And so they knew what our delinquency was. It was a different kind of sale, I would say, as in I didn't have to give them much information because they had 20 years of delinquency reports, financial statements, tax returns. Every time we changed our lease document, they had all the different lease documents they had. In their eyes, it was easy acquisition for them too.
Okay. And so the exit, the acquisition took place when?
In September of 2014.
Okay. And then you obviously now part of the bank. Um, Tell me about the adjustment from being independent to being a part of the bank. What would a lessor today who exits to a bank, what's it like? And did it get worse or better over from the day you started to the time you left?
Well, I would say they left us alone for 3 years. And I was told by my manager, who was retiring, that they'll eventually put their hands into the pie. He just didn't know when. Even during the acquisition, they told us they would leave us alone. But I've seen that in my career where they said they would leave the lender alone, and eventually they didn't. So the first 3 years were very interesting. I'm not a meeting kind of person. I don't like to sit in meetings for hours on end and not get anything accomplished. I want to sit in the meeting for 10 minutes. I'm like a hammer and a nail. Let's sit in the meeting for 10 minutes. What's the issue? Let's fix it or move forward on it. And with the bank, we had many meetings, and that's something I had to get used to because I wanted to go out and work with my guys. I wanted to go work with my internal people. I wasn't used to going to meetings on a daily basis. So that was the biggest adjustment that I had to go is going to meetings almost literally. I would go to headquarters 4 times, 3 times a week. So now I'm not in the office like I used to be.
Hmm.
If I was in the office, I was always visiting a client or a lender. Now I'm not in the office. I'm not visiting any of those people. I'm visiting the bank for whatever meetings they had. And majority of the meetings had nothing to do with equipment finance. That was the part of it all.
Okay.
So I would say those are the things that kind of came about. But there was some pain, and that happened 4 years into the acquisition. The person who championed the acquisition retired. The bank took on a new EVP of sale of off commercial. They got a new EVP for specialty. So all of a sudden, three new people and a new head of credit come in after 4 years from different lenders, and none of them have equipment finance background. They're all middle market guys from their middle market areas, and that's what they knew. And things just started changing because they really wanted my equipment finance company to really look like a middle market company and not so much of a vendor-driven organization, which what we were for the first 4 years.
Got it.